Hey, lovely people. So I'm here for your new moon forecast. God, I can't believe how quickly January went. God. Anyway, so this new moon is happening in the sign of Aquarius at 20 degrees and 40 seconds on the 9th of February at 22:58 p.m. That is GMT time. So do check the chart, do check your time zone. Um, so with a new moon, it's a new beginning. It is an opportunity to plant seeds. I really, if you're new to working with the moon, I would say stick to just the new moon and full moon. And that's 2 points every 2 weeks where you can check in and go, okay, what intention or desire do I want to focus on for the next cycle, the next month? And listen to your heart. What is it that you feel excited about? What is bubbling up? Because at a new moon, we have the dark moon just before, so we just see a tiny bit of the moon's light. So it's in darkness, and actually, we're often more intuitive at this time. So really pay attention to your dreams, anything you get in meditation, and note it down because those are signs that will help you move forwards. So, Aquarius is an air sign and it's often misunderstood, but the air signs are about the mental realm. It's about thinking, it's about innovation, particularly with Aquarius. And Aquarius cares about being part of community, right? Being part of a group, something higher than themselves. Um, so these are often the activists, the people that fight for radical change in the world, that think outside the box and that are real innovators. So you might have that strong in your chart, and I would say great. I know it a little bit with my Venus in Aquarius. I'm often drawn to people that are quite different and a bit unconventional. Um, so as well, because it's a social sign, it's about like how can we expand our social network? So if you're an artist or creative, how can you get yourself out there, connect with like-minded other artists that, can grow your network and grow your net worth and connect with other people that will give you opportunities for new work, new commissions. I went to a lovely networking group in person the other day around the corner, and it was so lovely to just, again, talk to people that are on my wavelength, other business women in business, and hear other people's stories. And that links in with this new moon because Aquarius is about, owning what makes you unique. What is it? What are your quirks? Because you are your business. So you as an artist are your business and you need to show who you are behind the canvas, behind the painting, whatever you do. So yeah, this is a freedom loving energy as well. And it's a fixed sign. So we've got a lot of we've got a lot of mutable energy actually at this time, but the fixed energy of Aquarius is about stability. They're like the signs that hold things together. Um, and this is interesting because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, but then we've actually got the new moon is square to Uranus. So that's a bit of a tricky aspect. And Uranus is very radical, wants to shake things up. So that can be good sometimes, right? But just be aware that if you're kind of having radical inspirations or you want to start something new that's really outside the box, just make sure you gather all the information first and don't be impulsive. This is not a good time to act on those impulses. Maybe wait till, a week or so once you've got a bit more clarity, okay? And really be mindful of rebellious behavior. I notice this in myself sometimes. It's like, and ask yourself, is it because are you rebelling? It could be something small, but is it because you deeply care about that thing? So you're fighting for the cause that you that you're rebelling against, or are you just wanting to go against the grain, right, to prove a point? So there's a stubbornness here. We might be a bit stubborn at this moon, so just watch that. But you really might feel a need to break free from what you've done and just take a more radical path. Maybe do something completely different. Maybe it's the way you paint or the way you create. You want to try a new process that just is completely new. So this is about like reinventing ourselves as well, particularly as if you're an artist creative. This is a great energy to work with. And then we've got Venus in a trine to Uranus. So that's a really lovely aspect. It's about Uranus wanting to shake things up, but Venus is about our relationships and about love and money. So although Uranus in the square aspect is difficult, the trine is a harmonious aspect, and it might give us a fresh perspective of how we want to change things in our relationships, right? So our partnerships, or maybe you're dating and you want to try have a new approach to it. So this is quite exciting. It might bring, new and spontaneous encounters. It might also be about platonic love, right? The kind you share with your friends. So it's a really lovely opportunity to just share share experiences with your friends or something. Do something new. Maybe you go to a new place with a friend on a day trip or something like that. I love doing things like that just to kind of get yourself out of your little bubble. Sometimes we get into, mundane, we get into the routine, and we just need to shake things up, right? This energy is really asking us to step outside the box, right? How can I do things differently? And I know when we change direction, it can feel scary and it's like, oh, I'm in the unknown. But once you take that first step, the next step will come, then the next. I, as a Capricorn, could be really resistant to change. And it was last year that I was not feeling inspired about my Facebook group anymore. And I just went on and doing it because I didn't want to let people down. And it ended up feeling like a burden. And it took me a while. I was like, right, I've got to close it down. And I made that decision. And once I'd made it, it felt like there was this burden lifted off my back. It was incredible. So it might be something that you need to change in the way you're, doing things in your business, in your creative work, something like that. And then we've got Mercury's in a square to Jupiter. So this is just be mindful that you have all the details, so if it's a new project you're working on, maybe some new commission or painting that you've been commissioned to do, just check the details. Attention to detail here, because Jupiter there wants to expand our mind, which is great, but it can mean that sometimes we forget to look at the details, and we can be almost in blind faith here. So, they're very different energies. Mercury likes to analyze and kind of get all the information. It's very quick. So just slow down when you're doing things and check the details, okay? And Mercury being in Aquarius at this new moon, because it is in an air sign, sometimes the air signs can come across as, particularly Aquarius, as a bit blunt, a bit aloof in communication. So just make sure that you can see things from the other perspective. If you're having a, really heart-opening conversation with somebody, just check in, say, oh, okay, maybe was I too brash there? How can I step into the other person's shoes? Okay. Because Aquarius can be a bit aloof and a bit detached. So, just bring yourself back into the heart here. Because it's very heady energy we're in. And Mercury is conjunct Pluto. It's an interesting one. So I will probably do another video on this, but if you don't know, Pluto has been in Capricorn for quite a few years, and it was the start of the pandemic, which shook us all up, as you all know, unless you've been living under a rock. And Pluto is about shedding and about, we have to shed the things that don't align with our deep soul. We have to let go of the things that feel false, which can be a really painful process. So for all you Capricorns out there, you will have probably have had an intense couple of years. I know I have. So you can breathe a sigh of relief because Pluto has now moved into Aquarius. So unless you've got planets at the end of Capricorn, you'll start to feel a lightness again. So all that deep transformation you've gone through, it's now time to integrate that. Okay, so Mercury being conjunct Pluto at this new moon, it's like we might crave deep and intimate conversations. Those ones that you have, by candlelight in a really safe space where maybe some things from shadows from the past surface, or you start having a really deep conversation with somebody and you share, some sort of trauma or challenge that you went through. But this is actually can be really healing when we communicate it, because we are giving those aspects of us space, and seeing and feeling them is helping us to accept them. Yeah, so go gently with this. And then we've got Venus and Mars conjunct in Capricorn. So there's this real, although we've got a lot of planets in air, there is this earthiness at this new moon, and the need to be in our bodies, and again to get moving, to keep climbing up that mountain, to what we desire. So let your desires lead you, and keep taking those actions. I know that I felt really motivated in the last couple of weeks. I'm like, right, I'm on it. So just keep going, keep following your desires, and leading from what you deeply care about, what your values are. Keep leading with that. But essentially, this new moon is a new beginning, time to plant those seeds and really think outside the box, get really innovative. So I hope that helps. Please let me know. I'd love to hear from you below. What is surfacing for you at this new moon, and maybe what life area, what house it's in for you. You can let me know that too in the comments, and please subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you're enjoying my content, do hit the subscribe button, and share it with your friends as well. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.